Hello everyone, how is it going? Welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to see how to export the query output of SQL Developer to any other format. So let us get started. Double click the SQL Developer icon and invoke Oracle SQL Developer. We know that Oracle SQL Developer is a tool. It's a basically front-end tool that is used for connecting to various databases like MySQL and Oracle, and it is a very good tool for executing the queries and seeing the output of the queries into some sort of user-friendly format. So here we are going to connect to a local Oracle Express Edition database and HR schema, and let us execute a very simple query. Say select star from employees. So when I execute this query, it will show me an output like this. Okay. So we are selecting all the records, all the rows and all the columns from the employees table. And if I want to take the export of all these rows into some other format. So there are other formats also. There is XML format and then there is spreadsheet or CSV. CSV stands for comma separated value. So we can always export all this data to some other format. So let us try to do that. So I will just right click on any one of these cells and I'm just going to say export. So this is the export wizard. So here you will find a lot of options to export your data in the format that you want. And here you can have the CSV format like this. Just here, make sure that you select the CSV in the format options. And then you can also include the header. Header stands for the names of the columns. Okay. And you can even specify your own terminator. You can either use platform default, or you can use environment default, or Unix Mac LF, or Windows CRLF, okay, or EOL. So this is the option for line terminator. And the delimiter for comma separated value format is by default it is comma. Okay. And the other details are you can actually specify it as a single file, or you can even have separate files or type files, separate directories, worksheet and clipboard and all. And finally, you have to mention the destination. So I'm just going to browse and I'm just going to mention the desktop as the destination. So I'm just going to say save. So it says export.csv is the name of the file and my desktop is the destination directory where this CSV file will be created. So I will just go ahead and click next now. And finally go ahead and click finish. So it will export the entire dataset into a CSV, which will be then placed on the desktop. So here you can see the file has been, all the data has been exported to a CSV file. You can just right click it and just say open with and any program of your choice. So the most suitable program will be Excel. Then you can even again use Notepad or WordPad because this is nothing but a plain file. So here you have the CSV file and I will just say word wrap. So here I can see now all the data in a single view, I would say. Or if I just disable the word wrap, then it is going to show me one record per row. Okay, so the first column is obviously the first row is nothing but the header row, or this row contains all the column names, because if you remember, we had actually selected the option for including the header in the output file. So had you not selected the option, this file would have only contained the record. So this is how we can take the export and save the data in CSV, and then again we can feed this CSV to any system that uses CSV file as an input for processing the data. So some old style systems, they still use CSV format. So you can just go ahead and consume this file as per your needs. So let us have a look at the other formats. So just right click and click export again, and here you can see the other formats too. So the other formats that we are interested in are Excel. Then we are also interested in XML and insert. Okay, so insert is going to create the insert statement. So let's have a look at insert. So if I click insert, and if I just like leave all the other options like these, and I can just make sure that it is available in the file format that I want. I can use it as single file, or I can just create a separate worksheet. So if I select this option, it is going to create a worksheet in this SQL developer window itself. So I'm just going to try this option rather than going for a separate file for insert statements. So it is going to create a corresponding insert statement for every row. So I'm going to click next now, and I'm going to say finish. And here we go. We have the script for inserting all the rows. So suppose you create a table known as export table that has the same column names as well as the same data types for all the columns. Then you can just execute this script on that in that particular schema, and you will have all the data of employees table, which is there in the HR schema of the local instance of Oracle Express Edition database. So you can just go ahead and copy this file. You can even, we know you can even save it in a SQL file. So I'm just going to say export, and this time I'm just going to choose single file option, and it is supposed to save it in a single file. Okay, so now I'm going to save it on a desktop. So I'm just going to say desktop and click save, and it will create a SQL file. Okay, so the name of that file will be export.sql, and we will be able to see all the insert commands in that file. So if I click next and click finish, then it will have created the file. So let us check for the file on the desktop, and here you can see the export.sql script. So let us open it with some program. Okay, let us open it with Notepad. So if I click OK, and yes, so this is the entire SQL scripts that we should use for inserting the records into export table. Okay, so the export table should have the same table structure as employees table in the HR schema, which is there on this Oracle instance. Similarly, we have some more interesting options here. So let's have a look at them. Okay, so now let's say export, and the other useful format is XML. Okay, we know that XML stands for extended markup language, and it is actually very useful format for exchange of the information between the applications. Okay, so suppose there is a system that uses XML as the format for storing the data, then we can just feed this file to that system. So I'm just going to say export.xml and save it on the desktop. And if I just say save and next and finish, it will have created an XML file. So that XML file can be double clicked, and the contents of this XML file can be seen by, let us try to see all the contents with WordPad. Okay. So as of now, I really do not have any XML viewer. So we can even see the contents of an XML file using any program for viewing any plain text file. So we are using here WordPad, and here you can see it has created a XML record, okay, for every record in the table. So this is how we can take the export to an XML file. Finally, we are going to see how to export the data to one of the most user-friendly formats, that is Excel. So I'm just going to say Excel 2003 plus. So it will be saved in XLSX format. So if you don't have the compatible latest version of Microsoft Excel or some other open source spreadsheet format, you can just choose XLS format, and it will save the data into the format which is recognized by most of the spreadsheet softwares. So I'm just going to do 2003 plus, and finally it saves it as a single file. We can just provide a data worksheet name. So I'm just going to say employees, and so query worksheet name, I'm just going to okay, so I'm just going to enable it and let's see what happens. So I'm just going to say query. Okay, so most probably it is going to create two worksheets. One worksheet will have the name employees and it will have all the data employees, and the second will contain the query that has been used to fetch these rows from the database table. So let us see what happens. And I'm just going to set the path as the desktop. So report, let's say report Excel dot XLSX. Okay. And finally, I'm going to click next and finish. So it has taken the export, and here we have export Excel. So I deliberately did not name it as export, because again, we have another file which can be opened using Excel, and it would have been confusing. It would have been actually very confusing for all of us. So let us double click this file and see what the data is and how the worksheets are organized. So as predicted, there are two worksheets. So the first worksheet has got all the records. Okay. And we had actually selected the header. We had checked the header option. So we have even the header for the column names. And finally, we have the second worksheet. There we have the query that is used to fetch the data from the database. So suppose any one of your systems or reporting systems uses Excel for storing and reporting of the data, then you can just feed this Excel file to that particular system. So this is how we can export the data which is there in the output of Oracle SQL Developer to various user-friendly formats like CSV and Excel and XML and other formats like insert. Especially insert format can be executed as a separate script on some other database instance, and we can insert the same data, okay, to any other relational database management system, given that the format of the table should be the same and the data type of all the columns should also be same. So I hope that you understood how we can take the export of the data to some other format using Oracle SQL Developer. In case you have any queries or questions, do let me know. Thanks a lot for watching this video lecture, and see you in the next video lecture. Hello everyone. Welcome to this video lecture. In this video lecture, we are going to have a look at a database migration tool known as SQLine's Online Query Converter. So let us have a look at what database migration means. So database migration means changing the database and its dependencies. So in order to simply define what database migration is, we can even say that switching from one database to another database and then changing the corresponding code is known as database migration. So whenever we are going to migrate the database, three things come into the picture. The first thing is the database objects, DB objects, then the queries, and third is the code for backend. So whenever we are going to migrate the database, then we are going to have to change the code related to the database objects, the queries, as well as the code for the backend. So so manually doing all these tasks is kind of cumbersome, and it is like exhausting, because you again need to be very fluent in, or you need to be very comfortable and competent in the SQL flavor of the other database. So as we all of us know that SQL happens to be the universal standard for interacting with the relational database management systems. That is, if you are going to access the relational database management system as an end user or through some sort of higher level programming languages like C, C++ or Python, then you have to use SQL. But we also know that just like English language, SQL also has got many dialects. So whenever I say dialects, it means that the implementation of the SQL differ when it comes to various database products. So we need some sort of tool or helping hand to convert the SQL queries meant for one database product to the SQL queries of the other database products. So let us try to understand how this SQLine online query converter tool can help us. So this SQLine's online query converter tool is going to be very useful. So just go here and type SQLines, and then it says data analytics and platform migration SQLines open source tools. So the spelling of SQLines is SQLINES, and the website for it is sqlines.com. So just click here, and this is the web page of SQLines. This is the home page. You can just directly go to the Convert Online, or you can even have a tour of the website. The website has got very good tools for database migration, and there are so many articles that are going to be very interesting for the people who are working with the databases, who are like career DBAs and they are working on multiple databases at the same time. So you can just go to this option, Convert Online, click here, and here this is the tab for the source query, and this is the target query. Okay, and you can choose the source database like this, and you can choose the target database like this. So try to understand that there are so many source databases and target databases, and this online tool supports the combination of all of these tools. So let us go ahead and type a query which has got a product specific feature. So NVL is a function which happens to be product specific. So just type select NVL of column 1, 0 from employees. So let us try to convert this query from Oracle to PostgreSQL. And as you can see, select column 1, 0 from employees is the output query. So the same functionality of the functionality of NVL has been implemented into Qualys function of PostgreSQL. So now here we are converting the queries of one database into the queries of another database without having even sufficient knowledge about the SQL syntax of the other database. Try to understand that the SQL, mostly 80 to 90% of the SQL is definitely going to be same across the implementations in the world of RDBMS, relational database management systems. But when it comes to the product specific features, like how it handles the nullability, okay, or how it handles the null values, or what function names are, then it could be different. So the tools like SQLine's online query converter help us to overcome these differences and flawlessly convert the queries of one database into the queries of another relational database. So let us try to understand how the query will look like in IBM DB2. Just go ahead and select IBM DB2 and click convert. And for IBM DB2, the answer is the same, that is NVL of column 1, 0. So if you are going to change it to MariaDB, let us see what is that. Yeah, so MariaDB uses if null function in order to handle the null values and to substitute the null values with the user defined value. Similarly, Microsoft SQL Server must be using some other function. Yes, so in place of if null, it is using isNull function. So the functionality of all these functions, isNull, if null, Qualys, and NVL is almost similar, and the query in this Oracle will be translated into the SQL of Microsoft SQL Server like this. So this is how we can conveniently convert the queries of SQL queries of one RDBMS product into SQL queries of another RDBMS platform. So I hope that this tutorial was useful to all the people who are extensively working in databases and database migration projects, or even if you are working with a very big project where there are multiple databases which you are using, then you can just use the query if you want to replicate the database hosted in one database product to database hosted in another database products. So thanks a lot for watching this video lecture. I hope that you liked this lecture and you found it useful. So let me know if you have any queries. See you in the next lecture.